Hey y'all, it's Sierra here, and I am about to pack a few orders. So I wanted to show y'all some of the things that I put into the orders for customers when they order from me. When I can, I do like to give them samples of the products that I make, so that way they can have an idea of some products that I make that they may not have known about or that they may not have ordered. So I make these sample packs. Not sure if you can see it or not because I am sitting in my bed today. Now, if you're wondering why I'm sitting in my bed making this video, it's because I do not feel good. I have a severe sinus infection. I get sinus infections a lot. So I'm just not really feeling that good. And I have this desk here. It is a over the bed desk. So it goes over your bed. It has wheels on it, so you can move it, and it's adjustable, height adjustable, so you can make it higher or lower if you want to. But I just thought this was a perfect thing to purchase, so that way I can work in my bed if I want to. I bought another one for my son, and he uses it for his homework. But right now he's using it as a TV stand, so you can use it for other things if you want to. And I got this on Amazon, so if I can remember, I will put the link in the description box. So again, I'm getting ready to make some sample packs. Now, these sample packs consist of products that I made, that I make or that I carry, but they are in sample size. So I have little tiny containers, different types of containers that I put my products in for samples. Like this is a bag of little spray bottles, tiny little spray bottles that I put my perfume in. So you can order these types of products on Amazon, or there's a few other vendors that I use. So I'll try to name the vendors as I'm using the products. So you'll want to make sure you get tiny little containers for you to put your samples in. And it depends on what type of products you have as far as what you want to put the samples in. So for example, this tiny little white bottle right here, it has a screw top on it. I put my beard oil samples in here. I put my face oil samples in here. Anything that's liquid and you don't want it to spill out of the container, these are good for that. And I got these on Rustic Essentials, but I think it's spelled like Essentials. rusticessentials.com. I'll try to put it in the description box. So I'm going to be putting some beard oil in this. Now, usually when I do this, I have a bunch of samples made at a time. So what you'll want to do is make several of these little tiny bottles up. So have like however many samples you want to make. If you want to make 20, 100, 50, whatever, just make a bunch of these ahead of time. You'll want to make a bunch of your perfume samples ahead of time if that's what you make. I also have some soap samples here, so sorry if you're not able to see it. But basically I just made some soap, put it in a honeycomb soap mold. It looks like little honeycombs. And then you have these tiny little samples that you can give away for soap. So I'm going to be using this for the men's sample pack. Let me see what else. You'll want to get some pipettes if you are going to be working with liquids, so that way you can transfer the liquids from a larger container into a smaller container without having to deal with a lot of mess. Same with the cologne here. I'm going to be putting some cologne in one of my sample packs. So you want to make sure you get a bunch of these little pipette things, so that way you don't have to mix scents. So if I'm working with this scent is different than this scent, and they're two different products, then I'm going to use one pipette for this and one for this. So it is beneficial to get a bunch of these things. You want to buy your sample containers in bulk if possible, because it's cheaper that way. per piece. It's cheaper per piece that way, and you are most likely going to need them. So if you sell candles, if you sell bath and body products, this is going to be a good video for you to watch because that's mainly what I'm working with here. I'm also going to be putting some wax melt samples. And I have the little Tarte. If you get the little Tarte containers, I wish I had one. They're like 10 Tarte containers. You can get them from pretty much any candle store. I fill up one of those with my wax melts, and that pretty much will give you 2 cubes. One of these equals 2 cubes of wax melts, so the customer can get a pretty good idea of, you know, what it actually would smell like if they bought the wax melts from you. So I'm going to be using those in these sample packs as well. So again, in this video, I'm not going to actually be doing the full process. The full process would be me filling up a bunch of these little sample bottles, and then I would have them in piles. So I would have my beard oil in a pile. I would have my wax melts in a pile. I would have my perfume and cologne in a pile. I would have my body butter. Sometimes I will send body butter. So if you are going to be sending body butter, you can use these tiny little containers here that have a screw top on them, or you can use these little foil packets. I wish I knew what they're called. I'm sorry, I don't. And there's different types and different sizes, different colors you can buy. Now you are going to need a heat sealer for these. I have a heat sealer. So what you'll do is you will fill it up, and then with whatever product, like for this particular packet, I have some sugar scrub in here. So you'll fill it up, and then you will use the heat sealer to seal these, and then the customer can rip it open. So you want to make sure you seal these pretty good so they don't leak. If you're going to be using these, it's going to be cheaper to get a bunch of these and use these versus getting these tiny little bottles or these tiny little like lip gloss type containers. But it does take some time to fill them up and seal them up. So that's what I like to do. I like the look of them. I like the fact that they're flat, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. So what I'll do is I will make up all of my little samples of my different products, put them in different piles, and then I will start assembling my sample packets. So sometimes it depends on the customer as far as what I put in the packet, but usually I'm just making a bunch at one time, and I like to make women packets and men packets. So I have feminine and masculine sample packs. That's what I call it. The feminine sample packs have products that are scented for women for the most part. The masculine sample packs have products that are scented for men, or products that men like to use. So I would put beard oil in the men's sample packs, whereas I would put face oil in the women's sample packs. I would put cologne in the men's and perfume in the women's. So you kind of get the picture of what I'm saying. And then I also have some labels that I created, and I have them printed on Avery.com. So the label says the name of my company, and it also says what is in the actual sample pack. So I'm gonna get up and show y'all. Sorry about that because I'm filming. So as you can see, it has the name of my 2 companies. I have a spiritual company and a home fragrance and skincare company. And then what I did was I put names of the products that I use for samples, because sometimes I don't put the same samples in each pack. It kind of depends on what I have on hand. So what I did was I created these blank little boxes, And then I listed things that are going to be in, that could possibly be in it. And then I just put a X to mark what's actually in there. So that way I don't have to keep making new labels depending on what I put in the package. I can just mark off what's in there. So this one has perfume, wax melts, whipped sugar scrub. So I have marked those off, in body butter. The next ones that I make might not have body butter in it. Anything I'm making today won't have body butter in it because it is hot and it is going to melt. So I'm not going to mark off the body butter checkbox when I make these samples. So that's just a good way to not have to keep creating stickers over and over again. Again, I have these printed on Avery.com. Now, at the time of me making this video, I don't have enough time to wait for Avery.com to send me more. And if you make your sample or your stickers on Avery.com, you can download a PDF version of it and print it if you want to. So I just printed these on label paper. It's a full sheet of label paper. So I am going to have to cut these out. When you order them on Avery.com, they are individual, so you don't have to cut them out. So this is what they look like blank. As you can see, nothing is checked off here. I'm going to check off what I'm going to be using as I go. Oh, okay. So I did forget to show y'all what I'm going to be putting the samples in. So there's a bunch of different options you can do, different types of bags. So this is like a Ziploc bag that has a handle on it. So if you want to use this, you can put your items in here, and then there's a cute little handle so the customers can hold them. What is this called? I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's called zipper bags with handles, and it's 24 count for $2.99. You can do that if you want to, but again, it's better to get them in bulk if you are going to be making a whole lot of these. So you can go through 24 of those bags rather quickly. Now these bags I got online. I forgot where I got them from. There's no zipper on them. So you do have to have a heat sealer if you want to use bags that don't have zippers on them. Or sometimes you can find bags that look just like this and they will have an adhesive. They'll be like self-adhesive bags. So I did have some of those, but I ran out. Oh wait, I think I have a few. I have a few here. So if you go to Hobby Lobby, Walmart, or Michael's, they are, I think these are from Hobby Lobby, and they are called treat bags with adhesive strip, and there's 50 in here. It's 4x6. So you don't have to have a heat sealer for these. They are self-adhesive. So I'm probably going to use those today because I don't have my heat sealer with me right now. I don't feel like getting up again. And you can use regular Ziploc bags if you want to. Whatever works best for you, whatever size works best for you and the products that you're using. Okay, so let me get this stuff out of the way. All right, so I am going to be making a masculine sample pack right now. Because I have some feminine ones ready already. I don't know if I have enough feminine ones, so I might make some more. So what I'm doing is cutting out the label that's going to go on the package. And again, if you order these pre-made, you won't have to cut them out. I have a time constraint though right now, so I didn't have time to wait. And it's best to go ahead and put these on your bag before you fill up your bag with the items that you're going to be using. because otherwise it's kind of hard to fill it up. I'm just seeing which side the adhesive is on. It's on this side. Okay. And for the adhesive bags, I like to put the adhesive part on the back, towards the back, instead of the front. Okay, so I'm just going to put my label on my bag. I'm going to try to put it as straight as possible, but it's kind of hard. Okay, so I have put my label on my bag before I filled it up. If you know what you're going to be filling it up with, it's best to go ahead and mark what you're going to be filling it up with if you are using the type of label that I'm using before you put the products in. All right, so now I'm going to put in one of my wax melts. And I'm just picking a scent that I feel like a guy would like. So I'm going to use a cherry scent. Kind of smells like the cherry car freshener for your car. The guys usually like that. And now I'm going to go ahead and make a beard oil sample. This is oak moss. So I've got my pipette, and I'm just going to fill up this container. Got my paper towel so I can put my pipette on there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put the top on my container as tight as possible. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this little baggie, just, you know, in case it leaks. You don't have to do that. You can also cover it with plastic wrap. I think that's what it's called. You can cover it with plastic wrap too. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And I'm also going to make some cologne. So I'm just gonna see what I have in here. I'm just looking to see what scents I have here. So I'm gonna fill this up with cologne. This is mahogany teakwood cologne. And the beard oil is oak moss beard oil. So I like to mix up the scents. Sometimes I like to put all of the same. So I would put the same scented cologne, beard oil, body butter, whatever. But I like to give them different scents just in case they don't like one scent. They may find that one of the other products is scented in a scent that they like. So I'm going to use mahogany apple soap, mahogany teakwood cologne, and oak moss beard oil, and cherry indulgence wax melts. So that way they get to see 4 different types of scents, because you never know what scents people like until you get to know that customer. This is a new customer, so I don't know what he likes. So I'm going to go ahead and put the top on this. Okay, so now we have our cologne. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark off what we have. So we have cologne, wax melts, soap, and beard oil. I'm gonna go ahead and write a note in here for the soap for them to not use on their face. This soap is for your body, not your face, because it is scented, and I do not recommend using scented products on your face. It can make you break out. So I'm just gonna write a quick little note for them. Usually I do have this type of stuff, these little notes printed out, but I don't have it with me, so I'm just gonna write it. Okay, so I just wrote a little note for the soap, which is here to use on body, not on your face, because it is scented. And I am going to go ahead and tape my soap sample to this note so that way I can make sure they actually see the note. When you are selling body products for Bath and Body, you want to make sure you give the customer the proper disclaimers so they aren't using it in the wrong way or on the wrong parts of their body, because you don't want anyone to end up breaking out or anything from using your products. So make sure you have the proper warnings. So I'm just going to put that in here. And I'm going to put my cologne and my beard oil. And I encourage you to use materials that you already have. So for example, I just put the cologne and the beard oil in a bag that I got from these little lip gloss containers. They are all individually in little bags in this thing. So reuse stuff that you already have so you don't have to go and keep buying new supplies. So I just repurposed it and used it to put my cologne and my beard oil in it as another protective barrier, just in case it were to leak for some reason. It won't get on the other products that are in the bag with it. So make sure you are being wise, use stuff that you already have. Okay, so now my sample pack is done. So I am going to go ahead and close this by peeling off the adhesive strip and closing it. If you are using bags like this one that don't have an adhesive strip, get a heat sealer. You can buy them on Amazon for cheap. I got one. Some of them look kind of like flat irons. I've seen some people using flat irons, but I wouldn't. I would just use a heat sealer. Okay, so there we go. We have one of our sample packs done. Now, I will tell you that it is time consuming to make these because you have to fill up all the little containers first and then put them in the packaging. However, I have seen that this has been helpful to bring business to me. Again, the customers that I'm making these for today, they did not order any Bath and Body products. These are all Oracle card orders that I'm doing today. And I'm going to be doing my Bath and Body and home fragrance orders tomorrow. So those customers that ordered the Oracle cards may not know that I make home fragrance and skincare products, or they may know, but sometimes people are weary about buying those types of products online because you cannot try it first, whereas in a store, you may be able to actually try the product before you buy it. So by me giving them this sample pack, they get a chance to try the products. And I've seen sales come in from customers who bought a whole different type of product, and they ended up getting one of my sample packs, and they actually liked the products in the sample pack. So they came back and they bought the products that were in the sample packs. Whereas before, if they hadn't gotten these sample packs, they may not have wandered all around my website to see what else I had, or they may not have felt confident enough in the product to actually purchase it. Another way that you can use these is to give to samples to people that you don't know. Like, a lot of people are not comfortable just walking up to strangers like, hey, here's my card, or hey, do you like Waxmelts? I sell Waxmelts. Here's my card. These give you, it makes it a little bit easier because it looks kind of like a little gift. Like, I've had people say it felt like they got a gift. Like, oh my God, thank you so much. And so one of the things I did was I took these to work, and I have two guys that I work with, and I told them, or I asked them if they could take these to the barber shop with them. So I gave them each like 20 of these, and they took them to the barber shop with them, and I got orders from it. The people that were at the barber shop picked them up. One guy had took it home to his wife, and she ordered a bunch of products for him. So I've seen several orders from that. Thank you to my coworkers. My coworkers are very, very supportive. So it makes it easier for other people to want to help you because it's not, it's solicitation, but people also feel like they're getting something for free. They're getting something out of it. These are usable samples. So they can actually use these samples 1 or 2 times. So they feel more like you are giving them something than you're asking them to do something for you. So you want to make sure you have a card in these bags. The reason why I did not put a business card is because I have my website on the label already. I had it printed on the label already. If you don't have your website printed on your label, make sure you put a business card in here. You can get business cards from Vistaprint, Staples. I don't know if Avery does them. Avery.com. Another thing you can do instead of business cards. Sorry, I have all my stuff on my bed. Another thing you can do instead of business cards is you can have these like postcard things made. I got these printed at Staples, and it has pictures of some of my products. Because I have 2 different product lines, I've listed some of the products in each product line. These are the things that you will see, like, and you go to the store and you come back and it's on your windshield or it's on your door. So you can also make these, and you can put these in your sample packs. That way people have a visual of some of your products, the full size, or you can make business cards. So you want to make sure that as you're giving these out, there is some way for the customers to contact you so they can actually order your products. Okay. So did I cover everything as far as the sample packs? I think I covered everything. You don't have to make sample packs. This is a sample pack because it has several items in it. So it has samples of several items. You can just give these items out individually if you want to. But I just like to do it this way. To me, it's just a nice presentation. And again, people feel like they're getting a gift. I've had people order these from me. When I gave these out at work, I had a lady, she is in a particular organization, and she was like, hey, how much do you charge for these? And I was just like, I don't charge for them. They're free samples. And she was like, no, I need to know how much you will charge for these, because I want to order like 100 of them. Because I want to give them away at one of the meetings she was having for her organization. So I was just like, how about like $2 a pack? Like, I didn't even know like what to say, but I was just like, I don't know, $2. So you may even find that people want to purchase these from you, because again, because of the presentation, they feel like it's something that they should be buying. So I definitely suggest this, especially because you may not want to just walk up to people and give them your card, but this makes it easier because you're actually giving them something. So now in part 2 of this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I pack my orders. So let's get to that part.